last night when I posted something about being interruptible by God. So today, I was on the way to a women's, some friends of mine invited me to come to like a brunch at Panera. I love Panera bread. It's one of my favorite places like in the world. So I was so excited to do this. So Jackson came with me. Eli went with David to go run errands. You know, we're in a good moment. Saturday morning, we're going to Panera. So I get off on the exit for Panera, and there's a really, really bad accident on the side. And a car is up on its side, like on the retaining wall. It's really bad. And apparently I hit something. I didn't know that I hit anything. And Jack and I are looking at the wreck, and we stopped, and we didn't like stop the car, but we stopped and prayed for them. So anyway, I start going down the road, almost to Panera, and the car feels different. And I thought I probably busted my tire. Anyway, long story. Get to Panera, the tire's like bad, like it's down, it's on the rim. So anyway, call David, and he's like, well, you have to call for roadside assistance. And I was like, well, I'm at Panera, and like my friends are inside. And they're, you know, we're like praying together, and we talk about different things that God's doing in our life. And it's such an encouraging time. I love it. As I'm walking across the parking lot, and the boys are there, and it's raining, and I have some stuff in my car to take to them. And I was like, Lord, this is not my plan. And I had just last night posted something about being interruptible. And I just felt the Holy Spirit say, Carol, you just said last night, Proverbs 16:8. No man has a plan in his heart, but God directs his steps. Like, are you interruptible right now? Are you good with me being interruptible? And I was like, no, I'm not good with being interruptible. So anyway, I don't get to go to my friends in Panera. I text him and say, guys, I'm sorry. We're in the parking lot. We've got to take the tire in. The boys are here. David's got his truck and trailer there. And it was just a crazy morning. I take the stuff into them, thank them, give them a hug, and I go back outside. And David's like, no, I can leave you here, and then I'll go over here, and then I'll bring you back. And I said, no, that's too much. We don't need to do that. Anyway, we went and we took the tire somewhere, found somewhere to take the tire. We bought a new tire. They put it on the rim for me, but it took like a while. So we went and we went to Linton's right down the road and had a great family meal at Linton's. And then went back, put the tire back on. And I'm like, okay, we're going to get this day back on track. We have some friends coming over for a game night tonight. My God. And we're just sitting there talking. I was like, David, I am working on being more interruptible. My plans don't go well. And he's like, babe, this was a great family day. And I'm like, it really was. It was such a great family day. So anyway, we get to Kroger. The tire's back on the car. David's got to go take the Pioneer to be serviced. I've got the boys in Kroger getting food for tonight, food for tomorrow. And Eli has a meltdown in Kroger. And at first it's like a little meltdown. And I'm like, we sit there, we have a little conversation, we stop everything, middle of Kroger, we're having a little come to Jesus meeting, we're getting back on the same page. I'm like, I'm still staying strong. I'm like, we're going to do this. We're going to stay strong here. So I get with Eli and I'm like, we're going to stay strong. And then 10 more steps in, he struggles again. And I'm like, really? That doesn't work. So we stop and have another come to Jesus meeting. That doesn't work. He's screaming, I just want you to hold me. I know he's tired. And I said, buddy, yeah, I can't hold you right now through Kroger. And I picked up one of those small buggies. I just needed a couple things. That didn't work. He's holding the cart. He's jumping off the side of the cart. He's crying. And I said, buddy, we cannot do this. I've got to get a couple more things, and then we're going to go. Still pouring down rain as we were soaked coming in Kroger. So I said, Eli, we're going to go home. We need to go. Just go inside. So we go inside, or we leave our cart there. We're already inside. We leave our cart there. And I said, we just need to get back in the car. We need to go home, and we'll get the groceries later. And so Eli starts screaming even more. The meltdown becomes even bigger. And he says, I don't want a spanking. I don't want a spanking. All the way through Kroger. All the way through Kroger. And Jackson's on one side of me. And Jackson says, Am I being good, Mom? I'm like, yes. Thank you, Jackson. You're being so good. And Eli's literally, we're in the back by the meat section. We got to go all the way back to the front. And there he is, screaming the whole way. Then we get to the parking lot, and it's raining, and they have hoods, but they didn't put their hoods up. And Eli falls in the parking lot. Not bad fall, but he was already frustrated. So we get in the car, and I call David, and I'm like, well, I didn't get groceries because we had multiple meltdowns. He's like, so what does that mean? Anyway, this whole morning has been like, a jumbled mess of stuff that didn't work. And plans just didn't work. And I kept telling David, I really wanted to work on being interruptible by God. So all morning we would like get back on track, and things would get a little bit like, oh, this isn't going to work. I mean, get back on track. I kept saying, I need to work on being interruptible. And all morning I feel like God's been like, Carol, did you really want to work on being interruptible, or was that just a good little post? And I do want to work on being interruptible. I do want to work on, you know what? Like, I really wanted to go home this afternoon and like clean the house. I really did. I had all kind of plans. I was supposed to be gone from like 10 to 11:30, go back home, clean the house. It was going to be a great thing. And here I am in the Kroger parking lot. David has the boys now. We switched boys after he was at the Pioneer Place. Now I'm in the Kroger parking lot going to get some stuff. Going to make some venison chili. And going to have some dinner for tonight with some friends. And anyway, it's going to be great. But just know that when we're interrupted by God, whether that was just so we could have a little bit more family time, we had a great lunch at Lynn's together, or whatever it is that we're doing, He knows our plans, but He has a really, really awesome plan for us, even if that awesome plan is just to practice being interrupted by God. I don't know what the plan was today for us to be stuck in the rain. My shoes are soaked. I did not bring like an umbrella. I'm going to get soaked going in here. Eli's had meltdowns. Tires now fixed. It's going to be fine. But just know that when we're interrupted by God, that's a real struggle. Well, it is for me. Maybe it's not for you. But just know that He has a plan for it. Even if it's just to teach us something that we say we want to learn. And if we say we want to learn something, hold on to your seatbelt. Because He has a whole thing ready for you. So if you say you want to learn patience, I hate when people say, don't pray for patience because He'll test it. Well, that's good. That's good that He tests it. So whatever it is that you've prayed for, hold on. Because He's got an amazing plan to teach you and to show you His goodness and to show you His grace. In the midst of the rain, in the midst of whatever you're going through, He has an amazing plan. Happy Saturday and happy Super Bowl.